Hello, Facebookers and YouTubers. We've got a couple minutes to go here. Fox News is in about a minute, and after that, we'll be on. So, about 2 minutes or so, we'll be live and local one more time. Rayford Brown, Kelly, and Lee all in the house this morning. So, stay tuned.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville. Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Time running out to find survivors alive inside a mini sub that went missing Sunday near the wreckage of the Titanic. Coast Guard says sonar picks up some underwater sounds, but they are searching a fairly broad area about the size of Connecticut. Republicans panning a plea deal. The Justice Department delivers to President Biden's son Hunter on tax and weapons charges. Former Vice President Mike Pence.
I have a sense that this will do very little to allay the concerns of millions of Americans that we just simply don't have equal treatment under the law.
The former VP on Fox News tonight, First Lady Jill Biden and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India visit National Science Foundation in Alexandria, Virginia, part of his state visit. And Fed Chair Jerome Powell begins 2 days of grilling on Capitol Hill today. He faces questions from House lawmakers. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And local. Real Talk starts now.
Welcome to the Wednesday midweek hump day edition of Live and Local Real Talk. We appreciate y'all joining us. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And man, what a topsy-turvy couple of days of weather we're having, and it's not going to end.
Nope.
Garden, I can tell you that right now. It's we're doing good. So saving some water.
Yeah, but I will tell you, my grass is growing like crazy now in my backyard.
Yeah, mine is too, and I can't get out there to mow it.
All that seed I put down.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's about time I got up there and get you a good stand of it. And by the time you get around to being able to mow it, it should be a solid stand.
Yeah, mow it. It may have to mow,
jungle.
then turn around and mow.
Cut it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put it at the highest setting and then keep going down.
Well, I got one lawnmower that will cut through pretty much anything, so that's the good thing because I use it back there in the back 40, so to cut some of the stuff, and I use it in the backyard too.
You use it like a bush hog, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Not many people know what that is, I guess, anymore. What you just heard on Fox News break there, if you were listening, about the all eyes are up there in the North Atlantic, where Coast Guard said yesterday that a Canadian aircraft detected underwater sounds in the area where the Ocean Gate submersible went missing back on Sunday, only an hour and 45 minutes into its flight, shall we say, underwater. It just, all communications were lost and nothing's been heard from it since then. It has, they say, enough air on board to get them through tomorrow. So the time is close. 5 people on board. The submersible weighs 20,000 pounds, capable of diving to 13,120 feet. The Titanic is in 12,500 feet-ish. There's some different depths there because it's spread out. So, but I don't think it had enough time to reach the Titanic on its dive.
I don't think so either, because it said they lost signal 1 hour, 45 minutes into the trip, and it takes 2.5 to get there.
Yeah.
So they weren't even down there yet.
Yeah, they have not reached their destination. So, don't know what occurred. Obviously, it was something catastrophic or something totally electrical. You don't
Sure.
know. They had
Sure.
what was it, 4 tourists on board and the captain. And
Yeah.
I just don't know how. You know, obviously he's is an adept captain, knowing what to do. However, I don't know if he knows enough about something as simple as communications to be able to fix a problem that happens down there. I don't know. One man is not enough to have on a vessel like that, a situation like that. Once the noises were detected Tuesday evening, the Coast Guard said remotely operated vehicles, they're known as ROVs. Those are the ones you can control from the surface. They were relocated to where they think it might be coming from. Okay, we got 24 hours to go.
They got 24. Yeah.
Praying for a miracle.
Yeah.
Praying.
It's going to take one in this case. So many people have already said that it's very unlikely there's going to be a good outcome. So the worst
Yes.
case scenario is no.
I followed, like I told you, I
I've been
went on
following it. Yeah.
to the maritime
Mhm.
tracking,
Mm-hmm.
and the HMCS Glace Bay, which is a Canadian naval ship, has been sitting out in the same spot like for the last now 16 hours.
Uh-huh.
So I think they're near where they think, but that's just my guess. But
Yeah.
it's so sad.
And the U.S. Navy's bringing their whatever it's called that it's capable of lifting.
Barometric.
It was capable of lifting
Yes.
that thing up.
And their barometric chamber.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Barometric
Hyperbaric?
chamber? Hyperbaric. Yes.
Hyperbaric.
There you go. Yes.
I just knew they were bringing that crane thing. I call it a crane. I don't think that's what it
I
is.
wonder how
but
deep it goes.
they said it's capable of reaching it.
Ooh.
Good.
And it can pick up the weight of it. So, but you got to find them. That's the thing that we're running.
One day.
It's very sad. And
This
is-
it's bigger than I thought it was. It's
I watched a video they showed.
21
it.
feet long.
21 feet.
Wow.
But it's still cramped inside. I watched last night.
Of
They
course it
showed
is.
a video of it.
And they said when they go on these tours, they each have one drink and one sandwich that's provided to them.
Well, I don't think they anticipated being,
No, definitely not.
yeah. Oh, I would not. I
No,
just would
Kelly,
not.
if we were going down there, we'd be packing food for a week.
I'd have a whole suitcase going on. Robin always accuses me of overpacking. so-
I'm sure you probably have to pay for extra luggage every time you fly.
No, not always. Yeah. But I've had to, when I go overseas, I can bring 2 bags.
Oh.
So good. And they're filled to the gills.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, it's like going to Bonaire, but I carry dive gear.
Yeah. See, I just carry clothes because in Ireland, you never know the weather. You have to be prepared for all the seasons. You really do.
Swimsuit,
You can be-
umbrella. Huh?
yeah, umbrella, swimsuit, rain jacket, sweater, tank top. Yeah, you have to have it all. You just don't know. So,
All right.
well, I got some not good news locally.
What's that?
So last week I had a meeting. I was, we had our local substance abuse opioid committee meeting, and we got some data for Onslow.
Uh-oh.
I know it's just not good at all. And I've emailed one of my counterparts over at EMS to give me a more complete breakdown. So I'm sure she'll email me back today. So as of June 15th here in Onslow County, we had already had, for the month of June, 45 overdoses.
Ooh.
Not all were opioids. So I'm trying to figure out I'm asked what the other ones were and how many were actual deaths.
Really?
In
Huh.
May, we had we had 66 overdoses.
Uh-huh.
36 were opioids.
Uh-huh.
The other were not. 26 were female and 39 were male. In April, we had 49. 28 were opioid related. 22 female, 26 male. And in March, we had 47 overdoses. 31 were opioids. 21 male. No, 22 male, 25 female, if I can read my handwriting. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out I asked her, what are the other substances that
Yeah,
were overdosed?
right.
And then how many were actual deaths? It's a
Wow.
lot. This 45 for June, as of the first 15 days of June, is a huge number.
Extrapolate that, you're going to come out with about close to 100
Mhm.
by the end of June.
Oh yeah, it's just I can't. And once I find out what the other things were, it will probably paint a little bit of a bigger picture.
You know, this is disturbing, and
It's
we
very.
local law enforcement, they're doing everything they can.
Mhm.
I wonder how many Narcan cases there
Well,
were.
Narcan only works on opioids.
I understand
So I would say, if I had, this is me making a guess, I would say the 36 in May were probably all Narcans. I would assume, unless they were, so any of them were DOA. I mean,
Mhm.
so, and like I said, I'll have cleared out of tomorrow more, but I just couldn't wait to, I mean, this is, but this highlights my, squawking about we just not enough treatment places anywhere in the state. Not
Yep.
here, there's nowhere to send people to. And plus you can't make them go. There's the other thing. But we are in a crisis. And just remember, alcohol, some of these could be alcohol related because
Mhm.
alcohol, alcohol poison is considered an overdose
Yeah.
because it is what it is. So, but I will get, they did, it was interesting how they knew that the, 31, 28, and 36 were opioid related so far. So, and it's interesting how for May, 39 males, 26 females, but the ratio to male and female is fairly consistent. Yeah. And I'm going to try to get age range too.
Yeah.
It's just very sad.
It is
Very
sad.
sad.
Mhm.
Well,
Frustrating. Yeah. And the thing of it is, a lot of people turn to substances because they have trauma, childhood trauma, military trauma, and they're self-medicating. That's what a lot of this is.
yeah. Well, when you're in a lot of pain,
Mm-hmm. Mental pain or anything, you're trying to numb it.
Yep.
Which is why one of my specialties is trauma.
Well, Kelly, I imagine, tell me, wouldn't mental pain be just as hard to deal with it? I mean, wouldn't mental pain almost be like physical pain for somebody?
Sometimes it's worse.
Yes.
Yeah. And when we're talking, for example, studies have actually shown that children who are victims of abuse, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, studies have shown that the mental and emotional abuse has longer lasting impact on a child than the physical.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
can
And that's,
understand
I mean,
that,
and that's
yes.
why, it's important for people to understand that, yelling at a child and calling them names and telling them they're stupid and all that, it has a lasting effect. I think a lot of times society has been conditioned that a child is okay, well, they're not being beaten, but that's not true.
They're beaten.
A parent that verbally abuses a child, it is just as bad, if not worse, than
It's an
physically
emotional
abusing them.
beating.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just sad. And then that a lot of the adults I see for trauma, it's actually childhood trauma, and they're just now addressing it, or they're addicted to substances or whatever. And it, could have been addressed. As if they had been addressed younger, it may not have gotten to the level it is now. So sad. But
Yeah, it
these
is
numbers
sad.
are very disheartening to me. So, but I just wanted to share that.
How does this compare with the numbers from across the state?
Fairly average, but I'll have more of an answer for you probably by the end of the month.
Okay.
When more than because it's the end of the fiscal year for most of us in the state. So grant reports are due and that kind of thing. By mid-July, they have to be turned in to the state. So we'll have bigger picture numbers by then of what's going on. But there's several state meetings that I'll be going to, and I can talk to people from other parts of the state and see where their numbers are. But a lot of people I talk to is fairly consistent. So, and now that it's summer, the numbers are going to rise.
Yeah. I just wonder how we compare along the coast to other places like
Yeah.
the big metro areas or the or the the more areas.
The metro areas like Durham and Charlotte, Raleigh to a
Raleigh.
degree, Greensboro, they're already starting to having to battle the xylazine.
Mhm.
I have said all along, I felt like by summer it was going to be here, and Narcan does not work on it.
Mhm.
Haven't had any cases yet. At least I haven't heard. And we need the hospital on board for testing for it because a lot of what we are finding is throughout the state is a lot of the hospitals are not testing for xylazine when they come in.
So xylazine,
Mhm.
what is there a medical purpose for xylazine
For animals.
For animals?
Mhm.
It's just for animals.
Yeah.
So you can go to your vet and get some, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
And it's power. I mean, it is, and it eats your flesh. I sent you those pictures.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
disgusting.
yes. I remember that.
And it's a real Durham has already had a huge outbreak and it's traveled to
Well,
Charlotte.
why would you even give that to your pet?
Veterinarians, I think, use it in surgery and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Must
It's
be in
almost like
very
a tranquilizer or
Must be in
something.
very
Yeah.
small doses.
Yeah. But I've seen videos of
Well,
people
that's
on
back
it
to
and you can
PCP.
tell. Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing like
Yeah.
we used to have with PCP. It's
Mhm.
an animal tranquilizer.
Yep. I've seen a person on
Wow.
PCP and that is one
Oh,
drug
so have I.
I would not want to encounter somebody on it. I mean, they are so combative and
It's so strong.
yeah, very strong. It's
They
like
feel no-
superhuman
feel
strength.
no pain.
PCP is a dangerous, and it's been starting to make a little bit of a comeback
Oh,
too.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So we
All
have
right.
anything good to talk about?
No. 910-333-0139. Want to chat? We got a couple minutes now before we
Mhm.
take our weather break. And then at 7:30, we have Dr. Rosemary Stein.
Mhm.
These numbers may, she might be able to relate to some of these numbers as though they're still preliminary, but
Yeah.
and
Sad.
things we need to make absolutely sure our youngins, grand youngins, everybody else's youngins
Mhm.
during these summer months when they got free time and maybe not as much parental or obviously school controls over them.
Mhm.
They're out there amongst their peers and who knows who else.
Yeah.
So we just need to be careful.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we've got a real problem here in Onslow County with these kids vaping. I had to work with a teenager yesterday and talking with their parent. And they had some friends over, and the parent caught them all vaping. And
So why is this stuff even legal?
what do you mean?
Vaping.
It's a tobacco product.
Hmm.
So, yeah, unregulated.
Why?
You need to talk to North Carolina State Legislature about that. I think they need to regulate it like they do alcohol here, personally. I mean, these vape shops, we're getting ready to have to start our survey of them.
There's
and
one on every corner.
we have mapped out over
Everywhere.
100 here in Onslow County.
everywhere.
We have a map at the office.
and
For heaven's
from
sakes.
people out of the country.
And what happens is when they get, because a lot of these vape shops, not all, but some of them are selling other things.
Oh, I'm sure
you
they
know.
are. It's
And
just
what
an
happens is
opportunity.
when law enforcement busts them, what do? Is they open a shop, let's say across town, and under a different family member of that same family opens, and they change the name, so it just crops right back up. It keeps us on. I have some staff that they stay very busy trying to keep up with it, and we go in and do purchase surveys where we take someone that looks underage, and all we are doing
Is there an age?
21. Federally, it's 21. North Carolina hadn't caught up, but most of the stores are honoring the federal 21 because FDA can come in and fine them. It's a big fine if FDA does it.
When does the FDA come in and do anything
They
like
do.
that?
They've worked with us before in the
Did they?
past. Yeah. Yeah. There's been so many complaints from schools about the vaping that, these kids are selling vapes in the bathroom. They've got little criminal enterprises going on. I had a high school kid that I work with, and there's one bathroom at his high school here in Onslow County he won't even go in because of the drug and vape use in there. He's like afraid, and this is a male. It's just a lot, and these kids don't understand the damage they're doing. I have a kid
Time
client.
to notify the resource officer.
They're not going to narc. They have
Yeah.
these kids have a code.
Snitches
They're-
get
they
stitches.
will. They
That's
are
right.
fearful to tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. It's sad. And these kids go, they get beat up and they get, and they're putting, some of them are putting marijuana in the vapes and Lord knows what else. Yeah. And the vapes now are being concealed. And then I found out last week in that same meeting, and I'm going to actually go get some of this. Apparently, there's now a nicotine candy bar that's marketed to kids. And the goal of the companies is, this is so sick. Their thought process is, we're going to market this to kids and get them hooked on the nicotine. So when they get old enough, they will buy vapes and buy our product.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some good news.
Well, let's hear it.
Today's the first day of summer.
It is. And there's a
Okay.
thing brewing. So, yeah. And it's raining. And it's hot and humid out there. It's humid this morning.
Yeah. Again. So.
I was like, this is yikes. Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back, do a
Mhm.
little bit of weather, tell you what the marine forecast is going to be, and just how wet you're going to get, because you're going to get wet.
You are.
If you ain't wet
You
yet,
sound
you're
depressed.
going to get wet.
Mhm.
So anyway, you're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
People remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
DQ presents. Picture this. You stand before the awe-inspiring new signature stack burger menu at DQ and your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? That's 5 taste bud tempting cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. You peek at the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 premium sauces. Then the flamethrower stack burger with tongue-tingling jalapeno bacon. Then you realize moments like these are exactly why we have the DQ signature stack burger menu. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. See how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up from a traditional lap bar to a familiar steering wheel experience for stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Unlock the possibilities of your lawn with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street in Kinston for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
When vacationing on our beautiful Crystal Coast, you come for the slower pace, the gentle waves, the salty air, and the quality time with family and friends. So while you enjoy our little piece of paradise, let the Barrow Low Country Kitchen help with meals. We'd love to cater your next family event with one of our Carolina-style seafood boils, enough to feed your entire crew. Or enjoy your meal outside at our pavilion on the waterfront. Come by land or by boat to the Barrow Low Country Kitchen in downtown Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and May. at 877 Lane DD at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane and Associates Family Dentistry.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, going to talk about a little bit first about Tropical Storm Brett. It's out there approaching the some of the islands down in the Caribbean. It's going to continue to gain strength. Right now, it has winds of about 60 miles per hour. It may pick up just a little bit of strength over the next day or so. And then after that, because of some conditions to the west, it's going to decrease in its intensity. Probably will not achieve hurricane status, but there's always that possibility. But it'd be very close to it for a day or so, and then she's going to dissipate somewhere in the Caribbean. Won't probably no impact.
Talking about Brett?
Brett.
Okay.
No serious impact on any of the islands. Yes, there will be flooding and rainfall and some, but apparently no direct hits on anything at this point in time. That's what they're
Yay.
forecasting. That's good. So that's good.
Mhm.
So shipping interest down that neck of the woods, and cruise ships, they're going to have a good time trying to dodge it, and they need to do that because we know what happened on one occasion when it did not.
I got a friend on a cruise right now
Where?
in the Caribbean somewhere. I don't know where they
Oh.
were going to.
Well, they better be going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Pick a route, move fast, as
Holy
fast as you
moly.
can.
Well, they've got time. Come around Florida and get home.
There you go. Top 9 Marine and Family LLC, your one-stop shop here in Jacksonville for all of your boating and fishing needs. They will be opening their doors again in about an hour and 4 minutes. Step on down there. Don't wait until the last minute of the day to get in and get what you need. Sometimes it's a little rushed, and sometimes stuff you may be out of stuff. You never know. Save yourself the aggravation and go early. Go early in the day. Because the folks, after they spent all day long working in there, they're getting tired. I will tell you that right now, and they're ready to leave. And if you are having problems with your boat, your motor, or whatever, make a list of everything that's going on with it. And while you're at it, you may as well get your serial number, your model number of the motor. It's always on the motor, generally on the bracket that attaches to the boat. So get all that information so you'll have it when you get there. So when you start filling out the paperwork, you don't have to go running back and forth because you will be asked for all of that information. It's the best thing to do. Have it with you in advance. And for those of you who do your own servicing, if you haven't saved the type of oil filter that you put on last year, if you've got a 4-stroke, or the type of fuel filter or whatever, this year when you go in and the staff there looks up your motor, which you're going to have the model number and serial number before they can even look it up, go ahead and save it this year. Put it in your phone. You put everything else in the world in your phone. Put all that information in your phone so you'll have it when you
I agree
go
with
in.
that.
It's the easy way to do it. You'll save yourselves the aggravation, and it will speed up the whole process for you and for the folks there at Tideline and for the folks who are waiting in line behind you. So that's just a good little tip for you. For your fishing needs, stop by, and if you're just like a lot of folks do every day, they come in and say, you know what's biting and where it's happening? Generally, yeah, we do, because the pro staffers out there, the professional guides who come in and shop at Tideline, they share that information with us. You might not be there when they share it, but any number of the staffers will have that information. So you can ask them. So it works out pretty well. And just kind of keep in mind, if this is the first time you've been in salt water, there's a little bit different than fishing out there in the pond for some bass. Just a little bit of difference, a whole
Yeah.
heap of difference.
Yeah.
So just check in with the group. If you're looking for a boat, not whether you need it, just whether you want it, got some really cool deals at Tideline, and some more will be coming in because there's a new line of boats that Tideline is going to be carrying. Don't know exactly when the first ones will arrive, but they will have some new boats down there as well. You can talk with George, Elise, John, Todd, any of the folks who handle boat sales. You can talk with them about that at any time, and they'll help you out with that one. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Small craft advisory is in effect through late tonight. Offshore today, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, gusts to 25 knots, becoming southerly this afternoon, seas 3 to 5, dominant period 5 seconds, sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Tomorrow, 15 to 20 knot winds out of the south, gust to 25, seas 4 to 5 feet, dominant period 6 seconds, sounds and rivers will be choppy. And on Friday, winds out of the south 15 to 20, gust to 25, 4 to 5 footers again, sounds and rivers choppy.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 82. Showers and thunderstorms likely. 70% chance of rain. So it's going to rain today.
Yep.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 72. Showers and thunderstorms likely. Tomorrow, more the same. Well, tomorrow is going to be quite gusty with gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. And the weather tomorrow, the high was going to be 85. Yikes. Friday or tomorrow night, still windy, gusty, rainy, with a low of 72. That's hot and humid for a nighttime. And then on Friday, it says showers likely, and then chance of even a thunderstorm. And Friday's super windy with gusts as high as 24 miles an hour.
Y'all gonna get wet.
85 again.
Y'all gonna get wet.
It is.
That's
It's
all
going
there
look.
is.
According to this, it is going to rain through Friday, and then starting Saturday, it becomes 50% chance. So
So it
Sunday
will or
goes
it
down to
won't.
40.
You'll be half wet
So
on
it's like,
Saturday.
yeah, it
It
might
will or
half
it
rain.
won't.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Sunday we're at 40%. So we might have a good chance of Sunday actually being. It says mostly sunny, but at 89 though. It's
Then
gonna be
they
hot.
said there is a possibility that we may get remnants from Brett if it curves up that way. So,
Yeah.
That means it'll just rain
so
more.
AJ,
yeah.
it's going to rain.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
going to rain a lot.
Morning, Dr. Rosemary Stein. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. Rayford. How are you?
Oh, we're the whole gang's here and we're having a good time, and
Good morning.
just kind of looking outside
Good
and
morning.
seeing rainfall from time to time and a little bit of gusty winds out there. So at least we can see them. We got windows now.
That's true.
Yeah.
We have
Very
windows.
nice.
Yeah.
So what's going on up in your neck of the woods?
Well, like you said, it's been kind of rainy, and it's not been a very pleasant start to the summer or the summer for kids. But I guess it gives us time to pause, so that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. We were talking about vaping and all the stuff that people are doing, and some of the illegal drug activity as well as the tobacco products that kids are really getting into. This during the summertime for kids like teenagers who have working parents, they can stay at home, but can be a bit of a problem for parents if you're not following exactly what your kids are doing, where they are going, and who they're with. You just never know, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something to consider. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our jobs and stuff that we do to keep our families going that we forget that the reason that we do all these things is our family. So you got to give a lot of pause and thought to so what are our kids doing? You can have the greatest of trust in your child, but if your child is not following through, and if you haven't taught him or her the right things up until this moment, you have a reason to be concerned, because the world is not a great place out there, and there are very bad influences, and your kid may be part of that.
Yeah, it's always concerning to me because back in the day when I used to work in law enforcement, summertime was always a time when the daytime break-ins, the burglaries increased. They went on up, And as often as not, it was because there were young people involved. They had their own little gangs, but not like the gangs that it's more like our gang. And they had a bunch of those, and you know, 2, 3, 4 kids together. They formed their own little gang. They had their own little lookout and all that kind of good stuff. And they were breaking into homes. That's a concern.
And that is, and remember that this is not to give them an excuse, but sort of to explain to adults, as a teenager, your frontal lobe is not developed. So that is the characteristic of being a teenager is making dumb decisions. And you might not have a bad kid, but you have a kid who makes really dumb decisions. And he's messed up he's together with a friend that is also making a bad decision. And all of a sudden they get in trouble and they have a record. So the best thing to prevent that is to not to punish them all summer and keep them cloistered in the house, but to talk and to say, these are the things that we don't do. These are the things that I'd like you to be involved with. Make sure your kid is busy and that you have things for your child to do. Think about it before they get into trouble. Once they get into trouble, it might be too late. Well, there's never a too late for a kid, but it might be too late to not have a record. So that these are things that while the summer is young, because as the summer goes on, that's when they make dumber and dumber decisions because they're bored. So while the summer is young, this is when you decide what you're going to do. It might take a grandpa or a grandma and making sure that they're supervised and having some activities to do. But we're only 1 to 2 weeks out of school. Good time to make some decisions about what to do and where your kids should be.
When you sit down to talk with them, is it a good or a bad idea to share with them the mistakes that you made when you were their age?
Well, you're going to find real quick that those mistakes come back to you. So if you have thin skin, it might not be a great idea for you, but it gives the child perspective. And it also teaches them to, I don't want you to make the same mistakes. I got into trouble. I didn't get away with it. Or if I did get away with it, it was on the short term. Once your parents find out about something, that sort of obliviates the fact that you got away with something. And believe me, parents usually figure out that you did something in the long run. So yeah, go ahead and share those stories. I think that gives the child a good basis, and you tell them why you're sharing. Say, nobody's perfect. It's not like history is new and we've never done the things that it might occur to you to do before. But certainly where we started the conversation was with the vaping and the kids being exposed to a lot of drugs that can alter their drugs. Well, kids don't need that because they're already having a lot of, let's say, chemical imbalances in their brain because of their brain being developed. Can you imagine you add some mind-altering drugs to that, and you really have a bad combination. Not to mention that when that happens, it might alter a child's brain forever. And let's try to be good examples and not do these things in front of our children or ever in our lives, because what we do, our children will do too.
Kelly, I would imagine that in your profession that a lot of are you seeing more kids these days than you did before? I mean, is there an increase in the number of kids who are your clients?
Yes.
For the same reasons?
A lot of anxiety and depression. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Doc, is that what we're seeing nationwide, or especially in your neck of the woods?
That's bringing that up also. I mean, you have a time when kids make dumb decisions, parents that are themselves not making the best of decisions, and then you have an environment where kids are very anxious because they're on electronics too much. They went through a world of a lot of insecurities, and sometimes I just sit there, I shake my head, and I wonder how they're surviving from day to day, because it's really tough for them out there. And it's not to scare all the parents out, but it's it's time for us to spend more time with our children.
I agree with that completely. And parents do not need to dismiss their children's anxieties and depression, because the teen suicide rate in North Carolina has risen as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So parents need to not, as soon as they feel like their child is maybe experiencing anxiety, and some symptoms of anxiety are headaches, stomach aches, nervousness, crying spells, sometimes acting out, because a lot of kids, they're young, they don't know how to process their emotions. Some adults don't know how to process their emotions. So, but parents need to recognize the symptoms and just, put their kids into counseling. It doesn't last forever. And if you get them some help now, it will keep them from having to self-medicate. A lot of these kids that are starting to use substances are basically self-medicating. I know of some kids that have started using Benadryl.
Really?
Dangerous. Yes, it's very dangerous.
Oh my.
Yeah. So
some of these the kids that you see, and I'm sure Dr. Rose sees them as well. How much is that brought on by parents who are over anxious themselves, who are having problems themselves?
Well, anxiety is genetic. I see a lot of it. A lot of times when we do a comprehensive clinical assessment, which is basically a history. And one of the questions I will ask the parents, or even ask adults, is anybody in your family have anxiety or depression? Because you can see a correlation being passed down, and it's genetic. So, yeah, not everybody, but I see it a lot. Yeah.
Doctor, you might be interested that the number of overdoses in Onslow County in the past few months is just really getting out of hand. We don't know the number of deaths yet, but one of the interesting things is not all related to
opioids. Yeah.
There's apparently an increase in overdoses for other substances, which Kelly will find out more about that later. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, a lot of these medications that the children can have their access to are laced with other medications, so that you don't have the full story of what they have overdosed on. So that there's that to talk to the kids about. Never, ever, ever take any substance, even if it sounds like it's nothing. Don't take that from somebody else. You don't know what it is, and you don't know what will happen when you put it into your system.
And that's the big thing parents need to talk to their kids about, because, kids will follow along. I mean, they see things in movies, they see TV, they see all the friends doing it. And, you could put 5 people in a room and give them all the same medicine. You may have 5 different reactions, but these kids have this invincibility complex. They don't start thinking about danger, in my opinion, until right around 25 years old. Sadly. So, I mean, these parents need to have these conversations with their kids. Don't take medicine. Don't take medicine people give you. Don't go drink Benadryl. Don't, vape strange substances. Don't eat gummies. I mean, it's just a lot of don'ts that we used to not have to say that now parents have to tell them.
Wow.
Sad.
It is sad.
And it needs to start with elementary school, because there's, it's happening a lot in the middle school. So you want to drill it in their head before they get to middle school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr.
That's
Rose.
exactly right.
Yeah. It's
Dr. Rose, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank
Sorry
you.
it was a little depressing, but the thing is, let me give you some good news.
Good.
Good news.
We need it.
You spend your time with your kids, you invest into your children, and they will pay back.
That's
So
true.
parents, time
Very
to get
true.
off your butt. Spend your time with your children. If your children you feel need a counselor, they need a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Take that advice
Like it.
and spend time with the children, because this is the time you got.
Yeah.
I agree.
And take them on a vacation with you.
Yeah, and don't yell at your kid just because you're tired and mad at work. Like don't. A lot of parents take their stuff out on their children when they get home. It's not your kid's fault you don't like your job.
Have some fun.
I mean, be a parent. Spend time with them, even if you're tired.
Learn to enjoy your children
Amen.
while
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah, because they're going to grow up very fast. You blink and it's over.
Dr. Rosemary Stein, thank you. See you in a week.
Talk to you in a week.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a great one. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Good morning, beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local community real estate agent here in Onslow County, North Carolina, servicing Onslow, Carteret, Pender, and the surrounding areas of Eastern North Carolina. I am with Pure 24 Realty in Swansboro, North Carolina, and I am happy to assist buyers, sellers in their home selling and their home buying purchases. So, sellers, let's chat for just a moment. There are buyers currently looking for homes, and homes are selling rather quickly still. So reach out to me at 910-340-0224, and I am happy to come to your home and go over a market report for you to show you what your home potentially could sell for in this market. Buyers, let us meet for coffee on me and have a chat and partner with a local lender here in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of Eastern North Carolina to go over your home buyer budget plan so that we can come up with a budget for you that fits your needs to get you into the home that you can afford and a home for you. Give me a call today to get started at any time, or text me if I can't answer the phone quickly at 910-340-0224. And I am happy to meet with you and go over your home selling or your home buying budget plan. 910-340-0224. Donna Riggs, your local community real estate agent in Eastern North Carolina at Pier 24 Realty in Swansboro, North Carolina. I look forward to hearing from you very soon.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime, 910-328-3172.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Porterhouse steak is only $11.19 a pound. Great on the grill. Beef back ribs, just $2.99 a pound. Single pack T-bone steak is only $8.99 a pound. How about Western style ribs or pork steak, just $2.59 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground beef is only $2.99 a pound. And whole chickens, just $1.49 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. And they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, 2-pound containers of fresh strawberries is only $5. Jumbo Athena cantaloupes, just $2.99 each. How about California navel oranges, 59 cents each. Seedless cubed watermelon is only $3.99 a pound. Tropical mangoes are only 99 cents each. North Carolina grown yellow or zucchini squash is only $1.99 a pound. And fresh North Carolina blueberries are only $2.99 a pint. And you get 2 2-liter Cokes or Sprites for just $4. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down the street, Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Well. The fishing boat sensation, which was a sensation during last week's Big Rock tournament that
Kicking
turned out
up some waves.
Yeah, buddy. It's stormy out there. Stormy weather.
Yes.
They came in at the 11th hour with what turned out to be
a big
the
fish.
619.4 pounds, the largest blue marlin of this year's tournament, as well as the only one to exceed the 500-pound mark, which would have made it eligible for the fabulous fisherman prize of $739,500.
Yes,
So
amen.
in addition to a first place prize money plus that would have been a lot of money. I say it would have been because the rules say the fish cannot be mangled, cannot have any bites on that. If you bring it into the boat and bringing it through the little tube or whatever, and you scar it up, that's one thing.
Right.
If you gaff it, that's one thing.
Right.
But if it's in the water and something has messed with it, either while you had it on the line or before, will be disqualified. I'm not sure what people don't understand about it. If you don't like the rules, then you need to be involved and engaged in changing the rules. After the fact does not work. Sorry, Sensation.
You have to sign a contract, and in that states the rules.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well,
And
have they had court yet?
no, they just filed it. officially.
Nobody's getting any money for a while.
Yeah,
They're
and that's
withholding
They're
all the
withholding
money.
everybody.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, I would be
They-
mad.
they
They're going to
put-
be brawling in the street over
Yeah,
that.
pretty much. And,
Oh, my.
and if you ain't seen Fisherman Brawl,
I have seen it. It is not a pretty sight, let
Some
me tell you.
interesting comments that I've been reading on it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying that, well, Big Rock came out with a statement that one of the reasons for not counting a fish has been mutilated is because you have less of a fight with the fish bringing it on board.
Right.
That's one of the things. Well, this crew fought the fish for 6 hours, so I don't think that. But now I'm reading comments, true or not, that a crew member on the Sensation allegedly said they only fought it for 45 minutes and the fish went dead, and it took them that long to get it up out of the surface, which I find that hard to believe.
No, not
Does
really.
it take 5 hours to bring up a fish?
If you're hooked up with a fish
Right.
with a yes, it's a stout line, but it ain't a rope.
Right.
So you can get them close enough to put a rope around them or to drag them in the boat one way or the other. That you cannot lift that fish up with a fishing line. And sometimes when they're fighting, they actually help you. You can guide them. That's what you're doing with a
True,
fishing pole.
true.
Is you're
So if it's
guiding
dead,
their
it's
head,
not doing
and all
anything.
you've got is dead weight.
Yeah.
If that
Right.
thing is
Okay.
dead, you've got nothing but dead weight.
Oh, wow.
So
Do you foresee it taking you like 5 hours to get it
I
up?
don't have any clue. I don't know how long it took.
I mean, like I said, this is social media, and you
I
know how social
understand.
media is.
Yep.
But these comments, I kept reading it on other pages, and I'm just like, well, if the fish was dead, I think I would have just left it and gone on.
I guess they thought, well, heck no, we fought this thing and it's big.
If it's big,
Yeah.
but they obviously they did not know why it was dead
Right.
at the time.
They didn't know the shark bite.
Yeah. So I would have brought it in too. That would have been the proper thing to do. And then
Mhm.
take a look at it and see how mutilated it was. I don't know.
Well, if they knew the rule was it can't be mutilated, why would they not have just said, well, too bad, so sad. They're not going to
Well,
count
now
this.
I saw where the captain had made a statement saying, how can you say it was a shark bite? How do you know? I'm just like, it's been interesting, and it's going to continue
Whether
to
it
be
was-
an interesting story.
Whether it was a shark bite or a dolphin bite, I don't really care. If it was mutilated, it was mutilated.
Yeah,
true.
It could have been a catfish chasing it. I don't know.
A catfish.
Could have been a dog.
A
I mean, come on
goldfish.
now. Yeah.
It could have been a whale out there.
Yeah.
But
Never know.
if it's mutilated, it's mutilated. And it's so sad that it's gone. $3.5 million is what this would have been worth for them.
I can't blame them for
I
wanting
can't blame them for
to
trying.
try.
Give it a whirl.
Can't blame them. And hopefully they'll get it into court real quick and people can move on.
You're live,
Move
and,
on.
Yeah.
you're live and local real talk. Don't go too far from your radio because we will be right back.
Your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Summer vacation season is here, and Mixed Masters Concrete in Beulaville takes this time to remind you to drive carefully. When it comes to concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated, 3661 East High. Whether you need concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural projects, Masters Concrete Incorporated serves all of eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, concrete for outdoor kitchens. Mixed Masters has the concrete, and owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate. For on-site delivery, phone 910-298-6153. And they deliver on Saturdays. Nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulaville. When you need ready-mix concrete quick, call Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulaville, 910-298-6153. Proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and surrounding counties.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Cannonball!
Serving all of Eastern North Carolina's in-ground pool needs, Saltwater Pools is your go-to for summer fun this year. If you're in the middle of building your home or just looking to make your existing home into your paradise, Saltwater Pools will work with you to help make that dream a reality. We can specialize your pool to suit your vision of a personal oasis with lots of options to suit whatever your budget may be, with features such as spillovers, heaters for those cooler months, wireless pump and light controls, animal-friendly features, rock outcroppings, tanning ledges, custom lighting. Call Saltwater Pools of Jacksonville at 910-333-5055 to start working on your backyard getaway. Focus on top quality installation, competitive pricing, and fully satisfying our customer needs. Saltwater Pools is ready to make your life a lot cooler. Call us at 910-333-5055 today, and we'll have you swimming by July.
Get your saltwater pool today. You'll love it.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back here for a couple of minutes before Fox News break. Remember Christina Koch?
Yes.
The
White Oak
NASA
High School graduate?
Yep, there you go. And she was via Zoom talking with some students yesterday in a special program here in Jacksonville, Onslow County. And being an Onslow County native, it was kind of interesting to hear about that. And she's getting ready to go around the moon.
She is.
Yeah, a mission later this year.
Good for her.
And it's headed back for space, and she's one of the crew members. So
Can we have a parade when she
Very
comes back?
exciting.
I think we ought to have one of what they used to do, ticker tape parades.
Yeah,
I
we
think
should.
so,
Right down
too.
Western Boulevard. Yeah.
We can do the
think
Western
so.
Boulevard and get some
Mhm.
machines and blow some ticker tape out there, and then the crews come by and clean it all up.
They'll use that little street sweeper thing.
Yep.
Yep.
So I think that would be absolutely ideal. I'd like to try to reach out again. We tried before to reach out while she was actually in space, and they wouldn't hook it up.
Really?
Yeah, they're are ways to do it that
Mhm.
we can if we try to book it again in advance. But we're just a little radio station here. But it's her home,
It is for home.
and
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what I can do. Her parents
That'd
live
be
in
awesome.
Swansboro, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Something
she
like
went to White Oak, so
Yeah.
unless they moved to Swansboro after.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. where
I
she
don't know.
lives.
I don't know. I have no clue.
But it's somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Mhm.
So, that'd be interesting. I'd love to talk to her while she's in space. A lot of ham radio guys talk to members of the space station.
Really?
Yeah, they have schedules set up, and she went to school in Richland. She saw somebody else, one of the people that was at the meeting, said, "I'm an Onslow County native, raised here, went to school in Richlands. Just to see that someone else from right down the road went on to do this, that's
Mhm.
amazing." Well, that's absolutely right. So we'll see. Okay, let's take a break. Do a little bit of Fox News, but that's only 60 seconds long. So you can stay tuned. Come on back here, and we got more. If you want to chat with us, our number is right over here, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Hunter Biden pleads guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges related to his tax filings as part of a deal that will drop the felony gun charge after 2 years probation, the president says.
I'm very proud of my son.
But critics are calling this a sweetheart deal. Former Attorney General Bill Barr.
Half of the country believes there's a double standard of justice, or more than half of the country.
A Canadian military service aircraft has detected underwater noises as the search continues for a missing submersible, taking 5 people down to the wreck of the Titanic. Bill Billard is a friend of P.A. Snargelet, the submersible's pilot. He told Fox.
He's been on Titanic more hours than the actual captain of Titanic, E.J. Smith, was on Titanic walking around.
Estimates suggest as little as a day's worth of oxygen could be left. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Yeah, that submersible is heart wrenching. Just
Yes, it
knowing
is.
that these guys are trapped, and them knowing pretty much knowing how much little time they have left. You just can't imagine what they're going through. I can't imagine what they're going through. It's
The fear alone.
yeah,
Whew.
the fear, the realization, getting right with everything, and wow, what a mess. Okay, the Jacksonville Devil Dogs, one of the names that's offered.
Mhm.
The Jacksonville Ospreys, Salt Dogs, names that honor the city's strong marine presence. Expeditioners pay homage to the many residents of Jacksonville and Onslow County who have called the town their home thanks to the military. Another team name suggested, Whippersnappers, to reflect Jacksonville's status as the youngest city in the country. Or why not more lighthearted names such as the Jacksonville River Otters, Fighting Geese, or Slugging Snappers?
Yeah. And the Gunners.
They're the Gunners.
The Gunners. They've narrowed it down to 9 names. They said they had over 600
Yeah.
suggestions. Any of those yours?
I didn't put one in.
Oh, well, mine didn't get picked. And
Mine
mine
didn't.
Devil Dog, Ospreys, Salt Dogs, River Otters, Whippersnappers, Expeditioners, Fighting Geese. I know you like that one. The Slugging Snappers and the Gunners.
I do like the Ospreys.
I
First
like
of
the
all, that
Ospreys.
covers both the birds that we have here,
Mhm.
which I photographed a number of, and obviously those other things that I have photographed too. There's the big metal ones that fly over every day.
Right.
Don't know that it could be interesting. So,
Either the Gunners or I like the Devil Dogs, and of course I like the Fighting Geese because I like
Yeah,
geese around here.
when I
but-
saw that, I thought of you.
Yeah.
I thought of you.
Yeah.
I had once thought of the Devil Dogs, but then we also have Navy here.
Yeah. I like the
s-
Gunners.
And so the Gunners is good. I like the Ospreys. Yep. River Otters. I don't know. We don't ever talk about otters here, do we?
No,
Do we
yeah,
have
only in-
otters here?
Only in a bad
Yes,
way.
I said, do we have otters?
When a lot of guys who go like king mackerel fishing, they put
Mhm.
they fish in advance. They cast nets in advance and put their menhaden in a net in
Right.
the water.
Right.
And otters will go through and get up there in
I
that
didn't know
and
we had
decimate.
an
Oh,
issue with
yeah.
otters.
I didn't know we had
Whippersnappers,
issue.
I don't
based
like
on
whippersnappers.
yeah, based on the youth here, because we have an average age
don't
of like 26 here in Onslow County. So,
Not a fan of salt dogs.
and the snappers
Even the slugging snap. I don't like that either.
and fighting geese.
I'm not, I mean, fighting geese okay. I don't think for a baseball. That just sounds. I don't know. I wouldn't want to name my team the
I
Fighting
don't know. I
Geese.
think my favorite is the Ospreys. What do you think?
Mine is the Gunners.
Oh, the Gunners too.
Gunners
Yes,
are fine.
between
Gunners
those
is
two.
my favorite one. I think.
In Welton,
Yeah.
when they had a team, they called it the Roosters. And I'm thinking, what in the world? Where did you come up with that?
The Roosters.
The Roosters.
The Roosters.
No, I don't like that either. No,
Now,
not a fan of
just so
that one.
everybody knows, you can vote on these, and you have to the midnight, June 23rd, this coming Friday.
Friday.
Yes,
Mhm.
to place your votes. Just go to jacksonvillebaseball.com, and it'll direct you to where you vote.
All right, I'm gonna have to go in there and vote.
Yes, I did
I'm
yesterday.
right about- let me do
Now
that
I'm
now.
having second thoughts about what I submitted.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
Morehead City Marlins had a cool name.
Oh yes, it ties
The
right
Down
in.
East Wood Ducks was terrible because Kinston is not in Down East anymore.
No,
Got nothing to do with Down East.
they should call them the Down East. Well,
They were not Down East. So that was a silly
True.
name to begin with, to be honest with you. So, but anyway, we'll see. We
yes.
shall see.
And tomorrow, we're going to have the owners of the new baseball team in the
Yay.
studio. 7:30.
Maybe
Can't
maybe we'll come up with some new names.
Yeah. Well, I liked the Wave Runners because of the beaches.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you were similar, the Shockwaves.
Shockwave is just,
I like that.
New information on the mass shooting in Greenville left one person dead, 5 others wounded Father's Day night, Sunday. One of the victims says her dad was killed. He shot at the gunman who came to their house just before midnight Sunday night. She's a 15-year-old girl. She was shot in the thigh, released from the hospital earlier this week. Killed 45-year-old Damian Lovett, a father of 4. Police released the names of those shot and said 4 of them remain hospitalized with what looks like non-life-threatening injuries. They ranged in age from 24 to 64. Police said all of the people injured were actively involved in a fight that led to the shooting. They said the evidence suggests multiple people fired guns and that detectives have developed persons of interest in that shooting. Well, I suppose if they were fighting in there before midnight, a lot of people knew who they were. So, why y'all got to fight all the time and then get your guns out? That's just kind of on the stupid side all the way around. We've heard a little bit, and I'm just reading a ton here, I don't even have too many comments here about the Hunter Biden deal. He's going to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of willful failure to pay federal income tax. Also agreed to enter into a pretrial diversion agreement, which I do not agree with, regarding a separate charge of possession of a firearm by a person who is an unlawful user of or addicted to a controlled substance. Former Attorney General William Barr says it's even more critical that the DOJ release a document alleging a criminal bribery scheme involving President Biden. I think that is getting to be very critical, that the DOJ needs to step forward. They need to step up to the plate. A lot of people are asking. And it's about time to put it out there. You can rest assured that if it was anybody else, whether it was me or you or Lee or whoever, they would be releasing this upon request
Sure.
and gleefully doing it. I get releases every day from the DOJ and other branches of law enforcement, Internal Revenue Service, they're investigating people, the ATF, the DEA. I get them released every day about this and this and this allegations, and here's what we have. Why not this case? Why not this case?
Yeah, I'm taking a break from politics. I'm taking a break.
Well, it's. I hope it's not politics, but I'm afraid that it is.
Yes.
What else we got?
So we have the commissioners meeting tonight.
Oh yeah, that little thing.
That little thing. I hope it goes
I'll tell you
well.
what, there
I
were a
hope it goes
lot of
well.
people. There are a lot of people. I mean, all over. I'm getting calls.
Mhm.
I got them all day long yesterday at work. Got some last night. One of the things that was claimed yesterday on the show, Lee, you've got a little bit more information about that, is that one of the city council people who has been with the committee trying to get this.
Well, he's
city
not
pool.
actually with the committee.
No.
He's nothing to do with it. But he's on the city council, and it was suggested yesterday that there was a conflict of interest
Because
with him
he supposedly
because
owned.
Because Pro Construction Company allegedly is over there on the old church, which nothing to do with the swim now, but they're over there that doing work inside because it needed a lot of upgrading. And there was concern that it might be a conflict of interest for him. Well, because he's vice president of
Pro Construction.
Pro Construction. So I called him. I know him. I called him. I said, "Can you explain this?" And he said, "I retired from Pro Construction 5 years ago." He said, "I don't know anything that they're doing. I'm not in contact with them. I don't even know what you're talking about." He said, "But I guarantee you, if there was ever any conflict of interest for me, I would come public about it." But no, it's old. He's been retired. I thought he was.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure before I put it out there. But it's just things get out there. But no,
And he's got nothing to do with a why.
he's got nothing to do with the why. Nothing to do other than being a city councilman that will have to eventually make a vote on it if it gets to that. So other than that, no, he's not associated with anything out there.
Okay. So I'm glad to clear that up.
Yeah, we cleared it up. We checked and investigated a little further, and everything's good.
So anyway, the county commissioners will meet tonight. Part of their agenda is to decide, which probably won't be happening tonight from what I'm hearing, will be to decide whether to contribute $1.5 million over 2 successive years, $1.5 million first year, $1.5 million the second year, to go towards the construction of a swimming pool complex, basically, because that's what it's going to be. Indoor pool, a large pool, and to be used by Onslow County residents. Free use of it, 3 hours a week on whatever day that is picked to be done that way. You can get in at other times for a fee to be determined. I don't know whether you have to be a member of the YMCA to be able to have access to it during those other times or not. Don't know. I didn't get into that. We can find out. And it will be used to teach second graders how to swim. All second graders will be given swimming lessons at that pool free. And there will be other swim classes offered as well, plus some therapeutic types of classes, yada, 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 yada. And it will be rented out, no doubt, to organizations who teach diving, dive instructors and the like. That would be one of the things, because everybody who takes a scuba course has to go through some sort of training. Generally, it's done in a pool session.
Right.
first, and before you take to the open water to have your last 2 lessons in an open water situation. So, but all of these things that we heard, was it last week? Yeah, we heard last week what they would be doing will all be dependent upon whether the swimming pool is built.
Right.
Now, there are those who say they don't like a public-private partnership arrangement, that if it's good enough for the county to have one, then the county should pay the whole fee and build one, and then staff it just like they do the Onslow parks, maintain it just like they do all of the parks and whatever else. I've heard for years about we need sports complex here.
But I think the city's proposing that with their Williamsburg thing.
Yes.
So that's kind of going to get done.
Mhm.
Right.
Is there going to be a private partnership arrangement?
My understanding is the city's
The
building
city's
it.
building it.
Well, let me
City's-
ask you something. If they're building it, is that coming out of our tax dollars?
I thought
too?
they got a grant.
Yes, they got a grant, but I imagine that further down the line, I mean, our tax dollars are used for a lot of things.
Yes, they are.
So
They
A lot.
well, it's not just the building of it; it's the operations
Yeah.
of it,
Yes,
and the maintenance
yes.
of it. It's going
And
to
you're
get to
still
be
going to
very
have to
expensive.
pay if you go to an event.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So,
no doubt about
I
it.
just hope everything works out well. I hope they have the public hearing, they vote for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I've talked to some of them, I said, just base everything on facts, which, if you feel comfortable voting for it, I'm behind you.
and
If you,
leave the personalities
if
out
you
of
feel comfortable, if you feel like you need to vote against it, I'm behind you. Just, I'm glad I'm not in her shoes.
it. Yeah. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, doing fine.
Hey.
Chris Rayner, our sports talk host.
Rainer. Sports Talk Friday morning at 9 a.m. We're going to have the East Coast Invitational kicking off this weekend. So we'll have some guests on there, big time guests. Wells Gullidge, the head of the whole show there.
Yay.
Steve Goodson, one of the big wheels with the East Coast Invitational, and Todd Barley, who broadcasts it and gets it out there on the stream and everything. So a good guest Friday, kicking off the East Coast.
Yeah, it'll be a good time, and so that's going to be on Friday morning at 9, right here, immediately following the live and local Real Talk. So,
And I've got a scoop for you, Rayford.
shoot,
Oh, good.
You want a scoop?
yes, sir.
I was going to wait till Friday morning, but it'd be out by then because they start pool play Thursday. There's a new head coach at Northside High School.
Really,
Wow.
they move fast.
Extremely reliable sources report that Tim Foster is the new head basketball coach
What?
at Northside High School. Yep.
Whoa.
What?
Coach
Kind of like
Tim.
Dan Smith coaching at Duke.
Wow.
And of course, Tim, was from the Southwest days.
Yeah.
But, he's always had the itch to coach. It's a good opportunity for him. Assistant principal there already, so he's meeting the kids, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. And I know he's got a lot that's already doing in the world, but man, the most successful people are busy people.
Yeah, well, he will be good. He will be good for them.
So, Chris,
Oh, yeah.
give us a scoop on why the New Bern football coach suddenly resigned.
Well, he had a better opportunity than another place. That's getting ready to come out too.
That's understandable.
I can't tell when they ever, because I was sworn to secrecy on that one.
Oh, well, he did such a good job taking the New Bern Bears.
If it was Onslow County, I'd jump right out there with it. But,
He
we're
did-
live and local, baby.
Yeah. He did a great job bringing the New
This
Bern.
is the first place. This is the
Yes.
first place that Tim Foster thing's been announced, so you got the scoop, man.
Oh, okay.
Well,
We have the scoop.
We'll have to get Timmy on here.
I was
He's a
trying to wait till Friday on Sports Talk to do it, but they start pool play Thursday. You got a coach, and so that would kind of, deflate the
That's a dead giveaway.
announcement.
So it's basketball you're saying he's going to coach?
Yep, basketball. He coached basketball in Southwest very successfully for years. They got his, went back and got his administrative degree for principaling, I'll call it. And so that kind of entered his coaching days. But he's always had that itch to coach. And, I know he had some very successful Southwest teams, so probably looks to continue that success over the North Side.
Well, that's good. As long as he doesn't give up his county commission position.
Oh, no.
Well,
we need him.
we told him he's got to do that for the next 20 or so years.
Yeah, at least.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Unless he runs for State House.
Hmm.
Yep, you never know.
Well, then he wouldn't be a
If there's
coach.
an opportunity, he'll
Begging
try to
him to run.
do whatever is best for Onslow County, I'm sure.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Chris, any other guests on Friday?
I think we got a house full.
Oh,
These
cool.
are pretty big boys, and Wells and Todd, they'll take up the rest of the slack there.
All right, we
There'll
got
be the four of us there. We may actually have Wells call in because he'll be getting everything ready for the tournament on Friday morning. So you may not be able to actually be there live Friday. You may have to call in for the actual basketball tournament.
okay.
But it actually kicks off Thursday at the Commons Rec Center. And people can go to ECITeamCamp.com or just Google East Coast Invitational Team Camp. And it'll bring up all the information, the schedules and everything. A lot of local teams, man. This tournament has 5-star recruits from up and down the Eastern Seaboard over the years. Several players that have made it to the pros. So it's a great place to go watch them, to watch the fruit on the tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, got that. Hey, tomorrow morning.
And there's some longtime head basketball coaches from colleges there, so it's a great thing to go to.
Tomorrow morning at 7:30, we're going to have the Jacksonville baseball guys here.
Yeah, the owners.
The owners.
The
Patinos.
Patinos.
First name's Eli. I can't remember the last.
Arlen.
Yeah,
Arlen.
Eli and Arlen.
They'll
I
be
talked to him yesterday. He's excited.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we're
They're
excited to have
I don't know if
that.
they told you, but they've got an exhibition game probably coming up in July where they'll have two of the existing teams.
Really?
From the Jacksonville, and he'll talk more about that tomorrow too.
Ooh.
So it'll be a great time for Jacksonville to finally get a team.
Yes,
and
it
a lot
will
of
be.
people don't realize, the collegiate players. These are collegiate players that are good enough to be in the minors. They just choose to stay in college.
Yep.
So you basically got collegiate all-stars here that are just as good as what you're seeing in probably the single A baseball league.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen.
It's a good time for Jacksonville to finally have a team.
I've seen a lot of fellows play over there in Morehead City at the Marlins games. So.
Oh yeah.
That is some fine. That's some fine fielding. I like it. I enjoy it.
Now, is he going to announce the name of the team tomorrow?
No, I think they're still waiting till Friday to look at all the names that are submitted.
They've picked 9.
My vote was for the Ospreys.
So that's what I'm saying.
I like.
And I know the Jacksonville Ospreys. But think about this: the league is the Old North State League, which is ONSL. You put ONSL in one font, and then OW Onslow Ospreys.
Hey, there you go. That would work out well.
I doubt they do that because I know they're going to. I think they're going to have Jacksonville as the name.
Yeah, probably. They're playing at the Jacksonville
Ospreys. I like it.
Jacksonville's Jack Amiette Center. So
Sure.
probably going to be Jacksonville.
In Onslow County.
Yeah, I know. I got that.
And we could be the only team to lay claim to have that acronym in our name because there is no other Onslow.
Yeah, that's right.
True. Yeah.
The one and only, the greatest county in the world.
I agree. Totally agree.
All right. Well, thank y'all for
Chris, thank
live
you.
and local. There's the scoop. It's out there. So
thank you.
come out to the
We're honored.
Tim Coach's first game sometime Thursday.
Yeah, and sports talk tomorrow morning, Friday morning at 9 o'clock, right after live and local and the Fox News break. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, we'll put it out there for you, Chris.
Yep.
Thank
you, guys.
Thank you, Chris.
You're doing well.
All right, you take care.
Have a
Let's,
good one.
let's take a break. Do some weather. You're live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSM8.
The Borough Restaurant and Bar in Swansboro is hiring. We're currently looking for experienced line cooks and expos. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. The Borough is open 7 days a week. Stop by for an application. Our sister restaurant, Il Cigno Italiano, is also hiring line cooks, expos, and bartenders. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. The Borough Restaurant on Front Street and Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue, both in Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
If your plans include travel or getting on the water this summer, please do so responsibly. This reminder courtesy of Waterway Realty in Swansboro. Looking to purchase a second home, condominium, cottage, or just a little fishing hut to get away in, Waterway Realty can help. Buying a new or second home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, but it doesn't need to be complicated. Waterway Realty, 406 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro, can help. Waterway Realty offers personalized service and experience when buying a home and will answer all the questions you may have about schools, transportation, shopping, and all that goes into buying a home other than just the price. Todd Matthews is a local boy growing up in Swansboro and is ready to help you find the home you're looking for. Give Todd a call today, 910-330-8659. Waterway Realty, 406 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Right about now, the folks down at Tideline Marine are finishing up, getting the doors open, getting ready for the Wednesday folks to arrive. And, when it rains outside, it's not a whole lot of people that go out there and do too much fishing. I have fished a lot when it was raining, even when I didn't have a boat with a cabin on it. But I always wore a poncho, had a military poncho, go figure. And it was a great way to catch fish. It was just a lot of fun. But not that many people do that anymore. Not that I've seen. There are some of the commercial guys will be out there, of course. So, there can be some really good fishing when it's raining. So don't let that deter you. Just get yourself prepared with the right clothing. And you got to have the right boat, because sometimes the water is a little bit on the rough side. And you can find the right boat at Tideline Marine right now. And go on down there and let Todd or Elise or George or John, well, John's off today, but go down there and let them show you some boats that you may want to give some serious consideration to, as they used to say. Tideline Marine's got all the fishing tackle that you could ever want. They get new stuff in several times a week. Having to replenish things on a regular basis. So they got most of the stuff that you need on any given day to service your own motors. One guy drove all the way from Wilmington yesterday afternoon because he could not get the stuff that he wanted in Wilmington. So he got everything that he needed to take care of his oil change and his Yamaha, and get all the fuel filters, water fuel separator filter, everything that he needed, including the oil for the lower unit, the gear lube, and the oil for the engine crankcase. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
If you're driving from Wilmington, and we get that on a regular basis from Beulahville, Wilmington, a lot of folks in Morehead City come over, Swansboro, Kenansville. They come into Tideline Marine to get their stuff. They know that it's a one-stop shop. And they can get it all right there. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
What we got?
Amber alert.
Amber alert.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Yeah, I got it too.
Yeah. I saw the story about it during the night when I woke up. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it right now in just a second, too. But anyway, tide lines at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. The doors are now officially open. Come on down and let them show you around. Small craft advisory in effect through late tonight offshore. Today, southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, gust to 25, becoming southerly this afternoon. Seas 3 to 5, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds in rivers of moderate chop. Tomorrow, winds out of the south 15 to 20, gust to 25, seas 4 to 5. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds in rivers again choppy, and pretty much exactly the same forecast for Friday. Winds out of the south 15 to 20, gust to 25 in the morning. Seas 4 to 5. Sounds in rivers choppy.
Today, mostly cloudy with a high of 82, and in between that mostly cloudy, showers and thunderstorms possible really after 11 a.m. But it's already rained a little bit this morning. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 72, and showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms. High of 83. Gusty tomorrow with gusts as high as 23 miles an hour. So, yikes. Tomorrow night, cloudy, low of 72, which that just means it's going to be humid. But gusts as high as 16 miles an hour and showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 8 p.m. Friday, showers likely, is the word they use. Possibly thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. Between that, high of 85. And Friday, super gusty with gusts as high as 24 miles an hour. And between a quarter and half an inch possible on Friday of rain alone. Same as tomorrow night. A half and 3/4 during the day tomorrow. A quarter and a half today. And a quarter and a half tonight. It's a lot of rain.
It's going to have some rain.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got good drainage in these beds back here.
I do too. That's one thing I did learn from you and Robbie.
Yeah.
I hope my garden's drained good enough. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, tropical storm Brett still moving towards the west. Is kind of moving a little bit fast. Let me see if I can pull up exactly what they're telling me about it.
More faster.
More faster.
More faster.
Yeah, more faster than it was. About 15 miles per hour or so. And that's one of the reasons it's not going to build too high.
Yeah.
Because when the storms are moving that fast, they don't sit there and churn up.
Yeah.
Water temperatures there are very warm, as they generally are this time of year. And it's classified right now as a strong tropical storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that's about all it's going to get, maybe up to 65-mile-per-hour winds over the next day or two.
Yeah.
Oh, it causes damage.
Yeah.
The further it's, the more it stays in the middle of this Caribbean, the better off it is.
Correct.
And then by Friday this week, it should start to come down, decrease in strength, and pretty much over the weekend, likely going to be dissipated. So by Monday, it should be no more a tropical system, no longer a tropical system. So that'll be good for the folks, especially those in the Western Caribbean, like Honduras and Belize and the Yucatan, because that's where it could have gone direction, because it has not veered its course or projected course at all. So it'll stay westerly. So that'll be good for them. Hopefully it doesn't increase. And the other one that was there, I think it has just, that little system
just fizzled out.
Fizzled out. It never got off the launch pad. So that part's good too. Hopefully it'll stay this way.
Too early to be watching the weather.
Yeah,
channel.
it is.
Telling you.
Too early to have it on TV day and night.
Yep. So
Jim Cantori wants people to think maybe they forgot about him, so he wants to make his presence known.
Never forget the time he was rumored to be at North Topsail, and my sister and I rode up and down that
Why?
beach because we wanted to see Jim
wanted to see
Cantori.
good old Jim.
Why?
Because he's
Jim Cantori.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
There's a storm. There's old Cantori there.
Yes.
One and done.
That's when you know to go get the bread and milk.
Yeah. If he comes
Uh,
to your area, you need to just.
Well, he has missed so many storms. He's gone to the wrong place so
I
many
know.
times.
I agree.
Well,
So-
maybe he's done that on purpose.
Because he
Yeah,
was
maybe he
afraid
don't want to be into it. Yeah.
Legend. Maybe
Yeah.
he didn't want to be in the
it
midst
won't
of
mess
it.
up with it won't mess his hair up anymore.
No, certainly won't do that, will it?
Oh. Well, did you see that the NC Senate overrode some vetoes
Yes.
yesterday? Now they're waiting on the House to do it.
Well, good for
Um,
them.
And one of them was the overrides was on that bill that will it's basically a dispute over how the state employees can discuss race and gender at work.
Yes. And
yeah.
Cooper didn't like that.
Well,
Cooper
you
didn't
know,
like it a
there's
bit.
a thing called free speech, y'all. Even if you get into words that we won't use,
Mhm.
but even if you're on a job site, and it doesn't matter, things happen, and you say things. There's a thing called free speech in this country.
True.
Well, this Senate Bill 364 would prohibit compelled speech and the promotion of certain concepts in the workplace and in hiring. So, in other words, it would prevent state employees from asking job applicants questions about their beliefs, affiliations, ideals, or principles regarding matters of contemporary political debate or social action as a condition of employment. And one of the bill would prevent state government agencies and institutions from promoting in the workplace or including in any training 13 concepts that include that one race or sex is inherently superior to another race or sex. An individual, solely by virtue of his or her race or sex, is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, or bears responsibility for acts committed in the past by other members of the same race or sex, or should feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any form of psychological distress. And basically what they're saying is, and I agree with this, because, you know, lately in like some of the CRT stuff and saying that, you know, white people are inherently racist.
Yeah.
So this bill prohibits that from being said. And I have to say, I was in a training earlier this month and I was so aggravated. And I went on behalf of all the employees of my agency to this training. And one of the scenarios it gave was, I'm going to use your name, Rayford. It said, Rayford is a white male counselor. And why would, and it was a scenario of he was counseling an individual who was not white. And they said, why would this person be threatened by him? Because Rayford, historically, white males are perceived as being superior and racist. I was offended. It was offensive. I had to suffer through some nonsense in that training. I was aggravated as heck. So I'm all for this bill. And I don't think that a person's political views, a person's sexual orientation, a person's religion, a person's gender should be a basis for hiring. But I had a kid that works, a teenage client that works at a local place here in town, and they were asked what their political affiliation was. And now our flat and this kid's not even old enough to vote. Like he can't even register. And he ended up leaving and going to another place. But now I will not go to that establishment based on what some things he told me that was happening in there. Not going.
Good.
Yep. And I'm not going to say it on the air, but I'll tell you off air where it was.
Yeah,
Good, because I want to know.
Yeah. You'll be surprised.
Okay, the Amber Alert during the weather
Mhm.
has been issued for a missing child in Fayetteville. Police are looking for 3-year-old Robert Parker Jr. It's believed that he's with his 46-year-old non-custodial parent, Robert Paul Parker Sr. Police believe the two may be traveling in a blue 2006 Chevrolet Trailblazer with North Carolina license plate KCA 3424. It's a blue 2006 Chevrolet Trailblazer with license plate KCA 3424. If you see that vehicle, dial 911 wherever you are and tell them you're behind the vehicle that was the center of attention on an Amber Alert today.
Mhm.
Okay. Fayetteville's only 100 miles from here. There's no telling.
And the sheriff's department just put out a missing persons alert also.
Yeah.
Carly Miller, female, white, 5'11", 130 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, various tattoos on right arm and right leg, age 32, last seen wearing a white sundress, no shoes, and purple sunglasses, maybe riding a black bicycle. Carly was last seen in the area of Cox Road and Huffman Town Road in Richlands. She may be in the area of the Green Crest neighborhood in Jacksonville or the North Topsail Beach area. So if you see her, call the sheriff's department.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sheriff's office.
I saw a
Have
post on the roadblocks about her yesterday, and there's some concern she's suffering from postpartum depression. Family members are saying, yeah,
God,
very
I
sad.
was wondering why
And
they put on a missing
the
person.
friends and the family have her children. They have the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them is a baby. They had a picture.
That could be so devastating. That
Postpartum
post-
depression
yes.
is it has to get treated. Yeah.
Democrat Virgin Islands delegate Stacey Plaskett appeared to accidentally say that former President Donald Trump, quote, needs to be shot.
Yeah, that was not a good
Discussing
thing to
his
say.
classified documents investigation, she represents a non-voting U.S. territory. She was criticizing Trump's handling of classified documents during a live segment on MSNBC on Sunday when she made a stupid comment.
Who is she?
She's like a local representative from the Virgin Islands, but
Oh.
she's non-voting. Having Trump not only having the codes, but now having the classified information for Americans and being able to put that out there and share it in his resort with anyone and everyone and everything who comes through should be terrifying for all Americans, she told MSNBC. He needs to be shot. Then she quickly attempted to correct herself and said, stopped.
Oh my. That can get her in trouble with Secret Service.
No kidding.
That's communicating a threat.
Uh-huh.
It certainly is. Once again, there you go with that free speech. I'm telling you, there's boundaries on that.
Oh yeah, there are things you can't say. You got all the free speech in the world, but you can't walk into a theater, as they always say. You can't holler fire.
No.
That's right.
And
That's right.
even though he's a former president, he has
He's
Secret
still-
Service protection for life. I mean, you can still
Yes.
be arrested for doing that kind of thing. You can't make threats.
What if some Republican said that about Joe Biden?
You know exactly
they'd
what would
be in
happen.
jail.
People would be squawking, screaming from the rooftops over that. Yeah.
So, did anybody at all watch any of the two-part segment of Brett Barr interviewing Donald Trump the last 2 nights?
No.
I started. And
I
had
don't even
to
know who
turn
Brett
it.
Barr is.
He's Fox News.
Okay. No.
I started and had to, but you know what gets me the most, and Reefer and I were talking about it this morning, Donald Trump saying people have no respect anymore. Hello.
You have to earn
Hold
respect.
up. Hold up. Hold on, buddy. You might want to go listen, play some of your tweets and speeches. Come on now. Come on now.
I know. That's about the time I turned the channel.
I didn't
I
even
can't
know.
even.
I don't watch. I don't even know who Brett Barr is, and no,
He's
I
a
didn't.
Fox
He's
News
actually he's a
commentator.
good
Is he?
Yeah.
commentator and a
Yeah,
fairly
he
good
is.
journalist too.
Yes.
While you're at it,
I don't watch much news, but I had it on that channel because looking for updates from the Coast Guard on the submersible, and that came on. And
That's what I was watching last night, and
Yeah.
then I saw that Tim Scott, my man, was going to be on.
Yes.
So I watched that town hall from Myrtle Beach. If I'd have known he was in Myrtle Beach, I would have went
I
down
know
there.
I missed that. I caught
It was
excerpts.
good.
I caught pieces of it this morning.
I love him.
At least he sounds rational.
And he got a lot of standing ovations, and what he said made a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So, yeah, still love him.
well, it is what it is. All right,
Yeah.
let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
At Sound Furniture and Appliance of Cedar Point, they are proud to have been in the furniture and appliance business since 1965, and their goal is to continue to offer the best product and services to their customers at exceptional prices. Whether you are furnishing your year-round residence, beach house, condo, or office, they have the furnishings to fit any style. Their sales and design teams offer professional and personal service with product and fabric selection. Sound Furniture and Appliance, 600 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, carries name brands such as Sealy, Lazy Boy, and appliances by Sub-Zero, Wolf, Code, and Hashizaki. Financing and local delivery are available. Sound Furniture open Monday through Friday from 8:30 till 6 and Saturdays from 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. Phone 252-393-8130 for Sound Furniture and Appliance in Cedar Point.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. See how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up from a traditional lap bar to a familiar steering wheel experience for stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Unlock the possibilities of your lawn with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street in Kinston for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service. If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And we're back and on the phone. I think this is Bill, right?
Yes. Hey, good morning. How are you today?
We're doing fine, Bill. What's up?
Yeah, I guess when I was giving more thought, like with the River Life project there, where they were talking about the amount of money, being put in. And I was thinking, and I'd seen like different pools at hotels, and there was one on the way down through Sneeze Ferry to Topsail. And just before the bridge, they had a hotel with a pretty good sized pool, and it was probably a depth of 4 feet. And it looked like it would have been a perfect public swimming pool, where it was there with the hotel. It was right by the North Shore golf course there.
It's not a competitive
And I was
pool.
thinking-
They cannot hold tournaments in it. No swim meets or anything like that. So one of those pools, those private pools like that, I don't know of any in the area that would accommodate what this one would accommodate.
Yeah, I don't either, but I remember like they were talking, they had the swim teams and stuff practicing at the country club pool, and that had money going into the country club. I don't know how much. They could go back and look through the tax records and stuff and figure out that. But the thing I was saying, if it's actually, these are pools for the public more than they are just to appease the swim teams. I would think that you would have bigger, more locations throughout the county parks, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Which Kelly had said that the other day, and then and just have them, open pools that could be used during the summer, and you have hours for swim lessons if that's the main purpose, but just teach people to swim and allow them to go to the enjoy swimming during the hot summer months. And I could relate back to it like track when we had track meets in big garages with a painted lines on the floor in a big oval, and you ran 11 laps for a mile. And it counted. I mean, they were, it was a measured mile, 11 laps. Now the places that did the same thing for 10 laps. But again, it was it was competitive. It was, very, simple. It was a huge garage. National Guard Armory had opened up, and they painted the thing. It was measured. They painted the big oval on the floor, and that's what we ran on during the winter, and outside during the summer, but in spring. And I was thinking I'd seen a hockey rink where we were that was doing the same kind of thing. It was going to be for the public, etc. And they rented all the ice to teams throughout the night and afternoons for practice, and then had only public skating on Sundays for 3 hours on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the time was tied up with hockey teams, figure skating lessons, and league play throughout the night, starting at like 10 o'clock at night. You'd have it from 10 to 11, and the next group would come on from 11 to 12, then 12 to 1 in the morning, 1 to 2, and they'd run a Zamboni over it if it was rough, etc. But it was, 24 hours a day. It was the only place that all these people could come. And it seems like that kind of mentality is the thing that's driving this pool, and it's going to bring all the people into these hotels. I really don't see that happening either. And if the base wanted to make money on their pool, they could have the teams going to the hostess house and renting that out and bringing a bus straight from the hostess house to the pool at Camp Johnson.
That's not going to happen either. You know that.
Say again now?
That's not going to happen.
Nope.
They're not in the business to make money.
I mean, if that was a motive for generating money where they could hog it all themselves.
And that would also be in competition with the commercial interest of the surrounding civilian communities, and you can rest assured that will not get even first base. It'll be a strikeout.
Yeah, and they stopped it just by saying it's a training tank for Marines. It's not a...
Okay, we got to go. We got a commercial break we got to take.
Bye, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
I was going to ask,
right.
too, at one point...
We got a commercial break,
how many
Bill.
Pools? Okay.
Bye. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets. all the time, because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville and Hubert, takes this time to celebrate America's 243rd birthday, this Independence Day, July the 4th. Flatwoods Outfitters is one of the most complete sporting and firearm facilities in eastern North Carolina, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season from bear to dove. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and Constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, where they aim to please.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices. Silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
When Ronnie Watson and Steve Matthews first came to Emerald Isle, they came by ferry or private boat because there was no bridge. As the area grew, Ronnie Watson became mayor. And since that beginning, the Emerald Isle and Atlantic Beach area has continued to grow and is one of the top family beaches on the East Coast. In 1978, Ronnie and Steve formed Watson Matthews Real Estate and joined the resident development of Emerald Isle. They were the developers of several residential subdivisions, including Land's End, Emerald Plantation, and played a part in the development of Emerald Landing, Royal Oaks, Stauffen Ridge, and several others. Ronnie and Steve realized that the spectacular growth would not have been possible without the community, military families, and neighbors. Watson Matthews Real Estate, serving Emerald Isle and the Atlantic Beach area since 1978. Phone 252-354-2872. Online at watsonmatthews.com.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
As if Florida did not have enough to worry about, they have spotted an invasive species of giant African land snails. South Florida. And authorities have issued a quarantine zone for parts of Broward County to try to stop its spread. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services says the detrimental agricultural pest was spotted in early June, and the agency is using a type of snail bait to eradicate the species. The last sighting in Florida was in 2022 when more than 1,000 of these things were reported in a community north of Tampa. They can grow up to 8 inches long. Snails, 8 inches long.
So we have snails and lanternflies.
There you and don't forget those big old snakes.
Just quit talking about snakes.
And alligators and crocodiles. The species is known to be
Sharks.
destructive to plants, which can be problematic to the state's nearly $8 billion agricultural industry. They can pose a health risk to humans and lead to meningitis. Holy moly. Wonder how they get there. Obviously, somebody is involved.
They're
They don't
talking
swim
about
across the Atlantic from
the West Nile
Africa.
virus being a problem this year.
Yeah, that's going to be back there again. So whatever.
I'm not living in a bubble. I'm sorry. If I get bad, I get bad.
My. Okay, tomorrow we're going to talk about something really pleasant. Baseball.
Yes.
Take me out to the old ball game. There you go. That's going to be, I can't even play that on the radio though.
No, you can't. You'll get
I
it shut down and
we'll be
everything else.
shut down again.
Well, we've not been shut down yet. We just get the warning. So go ahead and play it.
Well,
We'll be ready for
They
it.
take our sound off.
How about if we just sing it?
You could just sing it. That's right. There's not a
We
copyright
could all
on
sing
that. Kelly can sing it. Kelly's going to sing it.
Singing's got the voice.
I'm not going to sing it.
You do karaoke anyway.
I do not do karaoke.
Well,
I don't like karaoke.
We judged it.
I judged it.
Now that
I was
was
harsh. Yeah.
She was harsh.
Well, it'll
I
be
just
time
look
for
and
us to
see
get
what-
back even with you.
Huh?
It's time for us. We could get even with you now.
No.
You sing it, and we'll be.
I'm gonna tell you
we'll
what.
get
I'll
pretty-
lip sync it, but I won't sing it.
I'm gonna tell you
I
what.
watched you do that.
It
We know I
was
can
not
lip sync.
easy doing judging karaoke with sitting across from
Because
me.
you and
Could
him
do-
would laugh at
Well,
each
no,
other.
he would make faces, and I'm like, quit. And like somebody get up to sing, and maybe they weren't so good.
Was he acting like a child?
And he would just look at me and cross his eyes. and
Robin
make a-
would be like the best person to play poker with.
Oh, yes,
because
'cause
he
he
would
gives
like
it away.
he would give himself away every time.
does.
Like it would be great to play poker with him.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking baseball tomorrow. The owners of the Jacksonville baseball team, to be named, will be joining us at 7:30 in the morning, and it's time for us to get some information.
I want the 411.
Yeah.
I want to know about season tickets.
Yeah.
What's their proposal? Nighttime games versus daytime games, weekend games.
and we need
what
to
are we
get out
looking
there.
at?
I don't like daytime games. The sun's out's hot.
I want the night.
'Cause there's no covered seating.
And we also need to be able to take some listeners who will win. We get a whole team of listeners and go
Yes.
out there, and we all go out there on certain nights.
Oh, I think
I
so.
like that.
I like it.
I like
There's
that.
so much out
Yeah,
there. It's
we
so
just-
much.
We just need to do that.
I am so looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we just have to have special live and local nights.
Yes.
That would be good.
Do you remember? You probably weren't here back in the early 80s when they tried to go ahead and sell like a season pass for a team that they were proposing to get here, to
No.
come here and build a stadium, and all that fell through. About a couple years later, we got our money back. But yeah, that was disappointing. So this is exciting.
I used to go to the Roosters games in Wilmington. But,
That name, Rayford,
the name was
that
it.
name.
They flopped. You know why?
I used to go to the Hammerhead games, the soccer games.
They flopped, and the real reason why they flopped was, and I don't know what that's going to be here, is because you take me out to the old ball game, people want to drink beer. Well, they had it at UNCW at their stadium, and they could not
Well, you're
sell
not going
beer.
to be able to drink beer here because it's on city property, city park.
As long as you can have hot dogs with cheese and chili
I'm
on it, I'm
in.
good.
I am
I don't
totally
drink
in.
beer anyway. Okay,
Rayford just wants a hot dog.
I want a hot dog.
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
good hot dogs.
Mhm.
All
Well,
right.
you could probably bring that. No, I'm not going to say it.
You're live and local, Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll see you in the morning. Fox News is now.
W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. Pop of the race against the clock to save the people stranded on a mini sub that's been missing since Sunday near the wreckage of the Titanic.